Yeah, so this is Sporty Frank, and this is another episode of Footages here. If you are just joining me on this channel for the first time, do well to subscribe and share the link for your friends to also watch this latest tidbits in the world of sport. Today we are going through a lot of transfer news. The season brings itself, so you should know what to expect more. And now we are starting from the camp of Chelsea once again. This time around, it's not really about transfer, but it's about their defender Wesley Fofana. This guy joined Chelsea in 2022 and has only made 34 appearances because he has suffered back-to-back injuries, surgeries all over. But then what he did today has amused a lot of Chelsea fans. He has deleted every photo related to Chelsea on his Instagram, and Chelsea fans are already mad on the internet saying that what is wrong with this guy. This guy was purchased for 70 million pounds from Leicester City and has barely played for Chelsea. But the problem here is he's now getting fit. He's actually fit. He was on the bench on Sunday when Chelsea faced Crystal Palace. But the news here is that right now the player has deleted all his photos on Instagram, and Chelsea fans are crazy. They are saying, what is wrong with this guy? Is he forcing a move out of the club? Is he trying to say he needs more playing time after not staying fit for a very long time? But then it appears as though that was a surprise, because what actually happened was that after that, the guy posted another training photo on his story, and this time what he wrote was focus on Friday. So it means he's actually focusing on Chelsea's next game, which is against West Ham on Friday. So you may think that maybe the guy is not happy or something, but maybe he's trying to pull one on Chelsea fans. He's pulling the nerves of Chelsea fans, and Chelsea fans are really, really mad at this guy. But then it doesn't look like he's forcing a move, and that's from the camp of Wesley Fofana, who was bought from Leicester City for 70 million pounds. He was touted as one of the best emerging defenders, but injuries hasn't really given the guy that opportunity to be who he is, and Chelsea fans are already crazy about him. Some are even making cases for Trevor Chalobah, who was actually neglected last season, forced to be sent on loan, and later when Chelsea needed him most, he showed up, and he is now a fan favorite. Now let's look at some interesting story here from T-Mook News. What they are saying is that they have calculated what managers in the English, not in the English Premier League, but managers in the top 5 European leagues have spent the last time they won a trophy, after winning a major trophy, what they have spent. And after that, they have failed to win a major trophy. And Mikel Arteta has already crossed 1 billion euros. 1 billion euros without winning a trophy. Spend 1 billion euros without winning a trophy. The last major trophy, is what they mean here. Diego Simeone again is second. He has spent 535 million euros without winning a trophy for Atletico Madrid. Unai Emery has also spent 472 million euros without winning a trophy. Maybe it will span from his days at Sevilla, Villarreal, and of course Aston Villa. So that is what these people are saying. Based on their research, Pep Guardiola has spent 438 million since last winning a major trophy. And one asked, when last did he win a major trophy? It was just last 2 seasons. He only failed to win a trophy last season. Last 2 seasons, he was a champion of the English Premier League as well. So that's some news for you. And Niko Kovac also spending 407 million euros without winning a trophy. So there's so much money for managers, top managers who are struggling to win a trophy in recent times. So that's just by way of it. Now to some transfer stories. Renato Vega, the Portuguese defender who plays for Chelsea, may finally get a club I mean, VRL have placed in a 24 million euros plus add-ons, which would later go up to around 30 million euros for the defender. And the thing is that this player was a very good addition for Chelsea last season. He was some sort of a backup to Marco Correa, but struggled a bit. And I mean, he said he wanted to rather be a left center back, and that's a role that Levi Cole was playing, and the coach wasn't willing to give him that opportunity. But now the player wants a move out of the club. He spent half the season on loan at Juventus, and he was excellent. He played a crucial role for Portugal when they won the Nations League as well. But now VRL have come in. Atletico Madrid were close, but they didn't meet Chelsea's asking price. Saudi came in, but it seems the player wants to stay in Europe, and now VRL are the ones very close to signing the player. Now, Wiese of Brentford has asked them again to allow him join Newcastle United after the Magpies submitted a fee around £40 million for the striker. You know, Newcastle themselves are struggling to get a potential replacement for Alexander Isak. They went for Hugo Ekitike, they didn't get him. They went for Benjamin Sesko, they didn't get him. They went for Joao Pedro, they also didn't get him. And it looks like Isak himself doesn't want to play for Newcastle again. Evident in our previous video when we explained what Isak said and what Newcastle also said about the player and all of that. It looks like, yes, from Isak's words, there is broken relationship, and it's going to be very difficult for Isak to play again for Newcastle. So Newcastle are trying their best to secure the services of a striker. The likes of Nicholas Jackson has been on their books as well, but it looks like they are serious about Wiese, and a deal may be happening soon. Now, another interesting transfer story is that AC Milan and Bayer Leverkusen, Bayer Leverkusen are in advanced talks. They want to sign Nigerian striker Victor Boniface. He is an excellent striker. I mean, one of the underrated strikers, if you ask me, because since joining the Bundesliga from Royal Union St. Gallen, that's in Belgium, the player has scored. I mean, he's had 2 excellent seasons with Bayer Leverkusen, and he scored 23. He scored 14 goals and 8 assists in 23 appearances, and then 8 goals and 2 assists in 19 games in the Bundesliga last season. So that's not bad numbers for a striker of his caliber, and AC Milan may be, capturing him as soon as possible to beef up their squad. They want to compete this season. They want to get back to Europe, and a signing of this nature could be the game changer for AC Milan. With Liverpool are insisting that they will not allow Ibrahima Kunati leave unless their 50 million euros valuation is met by Real Madrid. I mean, Kunati himself has been on the books of Chelsea a bit because Chelsea lost Levi Cole to an ACL injury, and so this is what is in for the defender who has just a year left on his contract. He might as well be leaving for free, but Liverpool are insisting that it's either you bring the 50 million euros or you don't get their defender. Now, another interesting story here is that Manchester United are considering the option of presenting a proposal close to £69.1 million for Eduardo Camavinga. You know, Manchester United are in desperate need of a central midfielder, a controller in the middle, someone who can detect the pace of the game. They've signed excellent attackers in Mbeumo, they've signed Benjamin Sesko, they've signed Matthias Cunha, but they need a controller in the middle. And after inquiring about Carlos Baleba from Brighton and looking at the situation with the asking price of Brighton and all of that, it looks like it is not realistic to get Baleba for close to £120 million. But Camavinga could be an option for them. But again, the situation here is Real Madrid themselves are struggling to find that controller in the middle for them after the departure of Toni Kroos and the likes of Luka Modric and all of that. They they are now relying on the likes of Ada Gule, who hasn't really, influenced games, even though he has been very good. The season is very long, and you would need that controller. There's also Dani Ceballos as well, but Real Madrid cannot be very confident in them, and they themselves are in the market for a controller. And a few weeks ago, there were news that they were chasing the likes of Rodrigo, who is even unfit for Manchester. Unfit for Manchester City. So that is the news from Manchester United. Very, very interesting news there. Very interesting news there, and it could be a game changer for Manchester United. If you look at their signings this season, if you look at the back, where they have the likes of Lenny Joro, Matthias De Ligt, they have Mazraoui in the wings, they have Diogo Dalot, they have what's the name of that guy? They have a lot of, this time around things have improved for Manchester United, but it looks like they still need that controller. Ugarte is buga buga, Casemiro same, so they need that guy who can keep things calm, detect the pace of the game. And that guy, I don't think is Bruno Fernandes. They don't really think it's Bruno Fernandes, not me. And that is why they are chasing Eduardo Camavinga. I don't know how Camavinga solved that issue, but then that is what is in the news. They are also looking at the likes of Adam Watson from Crystal Palace, which will also be a very difficult task if they really want to get him. So that's it all for this episode of Footages on Sporty Frank. If you are joining me today, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Turn on the notification to all, so that anytime we upload any content here, you will be the first to get the notification. So do well to subscribe. Once again, it's a bye. Have a nice day.